Welcome back, everyone. Our next presenter is Bergio International Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol BRGO. And for over 25 years, the Bergio brand has been one of the most coveted brands of fine jewelry and is associated with high quality, handcrafted, and individually designed pieces with European sensibility, Italian craftsmanship, and a bold flair for the unexpected. Today, we have its CEO, Berge Abajian, with us. Welcome, Berge.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to come back. It's my third time.
Yes, we're happy to have you back. And just a reminder, all of our attendees, please submit your questions for Berge through the webinar module. And we really look forward to your presentation again. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me again. Well, this is my third time. A lot of things have been happening for Bergio. We've been public for over 13 years. It's very hard to be public for 13 years, fully reporting on the OTC market. It's a rough market, but we are on it right now. And we have evolved a lot this year in the last 9 months. And it has been a good creation for the new path of Bergio. We have, as everybody knows, we have acquired in February Aphrodite's. And then a couple of months later, we acquired Gear Bubble. Aphrodite's is B2C, Gear Bubble is B2B. I know it's a lot. It was a shock because we added for over $40 million of revenue. So we jumped from where we are at 600 to 40 million in a matter of 9 months. So, and we have increased our labor force quite a bit. So there was a lot of transformation in Bergio. And I know the reason I wanted to get on today is to address all shareholders. That's very important for us, and it's a backbone for this company. We've been around for a long time, and we've been fighting through it. But now I think we're on the next level. You can see from quarter to quarter how we are improving in revenues, and I think this quarter will be another good quarter to see the difference from last year to this year. Aphrodite's by itself this quarter, July, August, September, compared to last year, they were up by close to 55% in revenue. So things are moving the right direction, and then we have Gear Bubble in addition as of July. But by next year, we will see a full picture of the whole, what we've done this year, the whole results of what we've done this year. Additionally, we have more acquisition in line that they are moving forward. And I've been traveling overseas to make sure that our integration, the manufacturer integration, vertical integration to be proper, because between the two companies, we will be most probably required close to 100,000 units a month and more. So I just came back from a long trip overseas to Armenia, and it looks like we have came to an agreement, but it would not be disclosed or confirmed till we have signed on the red line, already on the dotted line. So we came to a handshake to buy 50% of an existing factory in Armenia. We are going to put over 100 people there to manufacture for us. Right now, we have about 128 people producing for us in Istanbul. But the advantage of Armenia also is a favorite nation. That means there's no duty coming to the United States. So that is a big plus. And now what we've done also, which is very smart, because of the supply chain and people, the shareholders and everybody hear about the supply chain problems, we don't have that at Bergio. We're already ahead of the ball game, ahead of the curve. We just got over 25,000 pieces shipped 2 weeks ago. We have another 25,000 pieces shipped this week. And then we have another 3 weeks from now, we have 100,000 pieces shipped. So we are ahead of the ball game. Mother's Day was a learning curve for me. So that's why I had to go early and place all the orders. So we are all ready. And it's so ironic that Sterling Enterprise, the SIG, put a press release out that they are very ready for the Christmas season because they beat the supply chain and they ordered early. But we were ahead of them, and I'm sorry, and we've done it. My main reason I'm on here today, I want to address all shareholders because there's so many platforms that they just gossip platforms. Okay, if anybody wants to know anything about Bergio, just join our Twitter. Bergio International, and we give you up to date. There's no gossip. There's nothing in between. Shareholders sometimes they say things I don't have time to follow, but it's untrue. Okay, so the company is very, very well positioned. I know we had to dilute. We had no choice. You jump from 600,000 to 40 million. I mean, we only had to take $1.3 million in a note. The rest were all in S1. We did 2 S1s to cover all these expenses, and we still are tight. Remember, we added $40 million of revenue. That include also we need inventory. We need it's a lot of process that we had to do. But as I close the second S1, I want to not to open another S1 and try to see how we can fund this through our inventory. So that's what I want to do. I know shareholders are concerned, but I will not be concerned. Today, the market cap on this company is 5 million, which is really ironic. This company has already over 15 million in assets and has 4 million bottom line. I mean, it's ridiculous. The market cap should be between 25 to 30 million dollars. But again, it's not in my doing. I don't trade the stock. I don't do anything. And I hear a lot of shareholders saying that we manipulate. We don't manipulate anything. Everything we do is every week I try to put a press release out to keep our shareholders abrupt. So what's going on with the company? But I totally understand them too. Okay, we are in rough waters, not as far as a company, as far as a stock. But we had to go through those, so we are where we are today. But in the future, as we grow, as I'm doing I have 2 acquisitions lined up. As I do those 2 acquisitions, I don't have to do audits on them because we're larger than them. So the audit costs $85,000 between Gear Bubble and Aphrodite's. So now things are getting easier as we go on. It's a long-term play. It's not a short-term play. Okay, and I want to answer other concern of shareholders. The OTC market is a very, very valuable. You know, it goes up and down. A lot of manipulation, and really we need to move out of that market. But right now, my focus is to grow the company. My focus is the fourth quarter, which is a very important fourth quarter. We're looking to do between $10 to $15 million between the 3 companies, and the fourth quarter alone. Okay, so. And our goal is to reach between $20 to $22 million in revenue this year. And next year we'll go, because remember, this year we'll have partial on each company. Otherwise, the company is very healthy. The company is doing well. And we're a different company today, a company that is to be dealt with in the jewelry industry. I count myself as the leader on the e-commerce in the jewelry industry. You don't find companies like us that are vertically integrated. Our competition right now are falling because they realize when I got into the game, because they buy from China and they're like third hand. Now it's direct. For example, Aphrodite's was buying a product for $11.35. Now they get it for $5.75. So they're saving a lot of money. A lot of logistics is all saved. Again, our office is in Florida for our logistics, and so we do a lot of most of the shipping out of Florida, and we're a very healthy company right now. But again, the transition takes time. So what I want to do is I really would like to have shareholders submit their questions, because I want to answer their concern. That is my main focus right now. I want to make sure shareholders are comfortable. There's a lot of things written, rubbish things in different platforms. I don't want to mention the platforms that I don't think people should belong in there, and the platform should be closed because they really abuse the company and they manipulate everything. A guy that wants to, shorten the stock or this and that, they write negative things. They want to push it up, they write positive things. So it's not fair for the company, but I have to deal with it as a CEO. So right now, the only solid platform that I suggest all shareholders to join is the Bergio International. Negative or positive, you're going to get the latest news. So that's where we are right now. Otherwise, we're all good here. And Anna, if you want to open up for questioning, I'm all ears.
All right. Yes, we do have some questions for you. Elisa Katimba says, how many total convertible BRGO warrants are outstanding and can be converted? She has more questions, but we'll start with that one.
Okay. Hi, Alyssa. I know who you are. I've seen you on our platform. Yeah. Well, it's all disclosed, Alyssa. As the only warrant is when we bought Aphrodite's. That was a rough financing. I have to admit. But I had to take it. I had no choice because I knew that Gear Bubble was coming in the back end. That will balance the whole deal. The only one that has warrants is Southridge and two other investors. They have not converted, but they started converting. The reason that you see little dilution is because they started converting the original note of $1.3 million. Now, if we do other things that if we decide to make any corporate structures, they are willing to yield, okay, and to us on the warrants. The warrant has not been converted. The only thing that has been converted is the note itself. Okay, so that's where we are right now. I hope this will answer your question.
Great. Another question from her is how much does the new production facility in Armenia cost? And will this be paid? And how will this be paid for? Will there be more dilution?
Let's say no. We got a great deal on this factory. The factory is to put. I don't want to disclose the number, but I want to disclose the number because I want you guys to feel comfortable. The factory cost to put together was $1.2 million. It's an 8,000 square foot factory. We end up buying 50% of it at $250,000 to be financed on 12 months. And no, it's going to be financed by our operation, by our income. There's no notes, no dilution, nothing into the stock.
And what are your concrete plans that you expect dilution to stop so the share price is continuing to be held down by dilution?
Okay, the dilution is not going to stop till we have those big notes, the $1.3 million. So, I mean, but they're not hitting the stock hard. It's not like the S1. The S1 is gone. We raised the fund. We paid the company. It's going to be a little dilution. I don't want to lie to my shareholders, but we were forced to have that. Am I happy? No, I'm not. Okay, I would love to have the stock at 10, 20 cents today, but it hovers between 6 and 778, which it should not be there. It should be an easy 5 penny stock today. But yes, it's going to be some dilution. Okay, but I'm going to address that once we go down a little more and we do some corporate structures that I'm planning to do down the road within first or second quarter of next year. Then I'm going to plan to address those in a different manner that they will not be diluted.
Here's another question from Elisa, and I think I'm getting this question correct. Talk about your Twitter posts. Can you commit to answering some of these posts with some legitimate questions and answers?
What's the question?
Can you commit to Twitter posts with legitimate questions that encourages people to go to other platforms because you often do not answer?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't have time. I don't know when I sleep. You know, it's just sometimes I don't have time to sit down and play this game of the platform. Okay, I don't want to give that platform to an employee of mine to answer because I like to be connected direct. I want to know the psychology of my shareholders. I do answer it, but sometimes it's so ridiculous. I rather not to go back and forth with the shareholder. That's really, and I don't want to take them off the platform. I want everybody to be on the platform. But my point is I try to answer it, but when it gets over the top, because sometimes they get so emotional, I can't deal with that because I have a company to run. We got over 200 employees. I have a lot of work to do. Okay, I was away 12 days, came back, and I'm running. I'm with investors. I'm on the phone. We're running a company every day, 10 to 15 Zooms calls a day. So I don't have time to sit down and just look at what people tweet. But I do answer some of them. Yes, I do answer some of them, but I cannot go in detail of each one of them because sometimes they go crazy. They have not, they start keep on tweeting, and I just don't have the time to answer that. Daniel
Pickens wants to know if you have any thoughts on uplisting.
Yes, that's for sure. Uplisting is our next direction. We have to do it to have institutional investors, and that also addresses Alyssa and the other lady. I forgot her name, but that will address it. That we will have institutional investors that would not be as a game. When you're on the NASDAQ, it's a different kind of ball game. It's not like the OTC. Everybody does whatever he wants. The market makers do whatever they want. It's more regulated. So yes, this is 100% our direction for the future.
Stephen Sampson asks, are you considering a direct offering anytime in the near future?
What do you mean by, can you ask him what do you mean by direct offering?
Stephen, hash that question out a little bit and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Jaden Sanford wants to know, can you talk about the revenue differences for B2B and B2C?
Well, the B2B, as you know, it's a $27 million company. And remember, the B2B has many sellers like Aphrodite's. It's not only one. We have 2,000 sellers in there. Okay, we just launched, for example, we launched B2B, their jewelry line, and one vendor alone, one seller alone sold quite a bit of crosses. So by itself, so the B2B, we expect it to be 3 to 4 times the B2C for sure, 100%. And do I see growth into B2B? Yes. Once it takes off, there's not because there's a couple of competition on the B2B, but those competition are falling aside, and they realize they have to yield on the jewelry end. So we are taking the space in the jewelry end today. I mean, we're taking Aphrodite's is a very powerful platform. Jonathan is a genius. He's an amazing, smart guy. And we just partnered with Pdoc, 5 geniuses in the tech space, data space. And so we know everything what's going on. We know our consumer base well. We know what they want to buy. We know everything. So we're very geared up for a nice, solid fourth quarter. But the B2B, it's much larger than the B2C. But you never know. Aphrodite's is a sleeper. It can hit 25 million. I mean, they did $7 million last year in Mother's Day alone. So we don't know. So that can hit. We don't know, because once you hit once you hit a good seller and it goes viral, forget it. And you can sell 1,000 pieces a day of one item. So we don't know. So yes, but both of them are solid.
Peter Orr wants you to give a current outstanding and float count.
I think we're about 780 million to 800 million we have in the float right now. So it's not that bad as far as compared to where we are. If we were a $600,000 company, I'll be worried. But right now, it's an 800 million at a 40 million. It's not bad. Okay, so that gives us a market cap of about 5.2, 5.3 million. So it's fine. It's fine where we are right now. Am I happy? No, but I had to do what I had to do. I had to deal with the card that was dealt to me. I had to play with them. So, but I'm gonna clean it up. We are gonna clean up those. That deck of card, but it's going to take some time. But we are on the right track for sure. There's no question.
Aid Serrano wants to know if you can tell us more about eBay and what % of existing sales do you think this will add?
Well, the exciting part when I joined this company, their only platform was Facebook. So we realized to lower the customer acquisition base and to lower our ad spend, we had to open different platforms. Today we open Amazon, like for example, and we started Amazon in August. Okay, we opened Amazon. In August alone, we sold $55,000 on Amazon alone. Okay, so it was about close to 8% of our sales. And as of this month, I'm looking at the number in front of me here. We did 22,000 for this month alone. So eBay is an important platform. Walmart is not as eBay is the second biggest platform. We started selling on eBay. I think we did our first, or once we launched it, we did about 2-3 sales right away. So, but now we have people promoting it too. But we're going to be on different platforms to lower the ad spend. We have to lower the ad spend, and that's how this the key number to lower the ad spend with presenting in different platforms to sell. So like I just said, Amazon has been doing great. We were the fastest launch on Amazon and that's what we got from the company itself. So we were number one right away, and we're doing very well. I mean, we do about $1,500 a day on Amazon right now, and we see that to go up to 5,000 to 10,000 a day. But again, it's all work and process. We've only been on Amazon for 3 months. So I'm looking at numbers as I'm talking to you. So that's where we are. So we did 55,000 Amazon last quarter, only 2 months, actually 1.5 months. And this month already, we are about $22,000 and we still have 10 days to go. So I think we're going to do about 40,000 this month alone on Amazon.
Great. Sophie Campos wants to know, what is your cost to manufacture today versus before COVID?
Well, it's unfair to ask that question because before COVID, I was not part of the company. But before COVID, Aphrodite's used to buy from a third party. So like I just said before in my presentation, they were buying the same product at $11.85, $12.85. Today, we are producing it for them at $5.75. So there's a lot of saving, and up to $6, depends on the item, okay? Plus, we are giving them pure silver. when it comes from China, there's a lot of play in the metal. They can put the outside silver, the inside different metal. So there's a lot of game in this game. But we are giving them pure 925, silver, and it comes with a warranty. Every item that we ship out comes with a warranty that it is what it is. So we don't play games. And my goal, I repeat that to all my shareholders, we're going to be number one or number two in this space. Trust me. And that's not going to take much time. Hopefully this quarter or by next quarter will be number one or number two.
Elisa Katimba says, I love the new Aphrodite website with new models that are more diverse to reach out to our diverse customers. Mr. Bergio, I enjoy wearing Christmas jewelry. Do you have any products that are specific for Christmas? Example, pins and earrings for the holidays?
Oh, wow. We have a lot of new items, I have to admit. But if you want to buy something out of silver, I suggest that you call the store. Our store, I'll give the number 201-768-8818, 201-768-8818. You can call up. I already have a couple of shareholders. They call us every quarter, and they buy stuff for their wives. And so we give you cost. We don't make money on our shareholders. So we give you cost. We give you a discount of 40%. Yeah, we have a lot of variety. But as far as Aphrodite's, whatever it is online, I don't know if we have pins there because I brought different kind of line items, but she can check it and then we'll take care of it for her.
Mark Lev with Oracle Capital asks, does the company have any additional need for capital?
Listen, a growth company always needs additional needs. I mean, always we need capital. I'm trying my best to fund myself internally. So far, what I've done is really it's a miracle. To only with little funds, we only raised about altogether $5 million. But I bought two companies, $40 million. So yes, there's some needs, especially in the fourth quarter, because we scale heavy. We spend about $1 million in advertisement on Facebook alone. In Mother's Day alone, we spend $1 million in 1 month. So the scale of fourth quarter is important. Again, we want to hit that $15-20 million mark. And it's very important for us. Yes, it's always capital is needed, but we're looking at different avenues for capital. I don't want to dilute the stock, so I'm looking maybe inventory financing, different kind of financing we're looking at, so we don't dilute that much. So, but yes, always is on a growth level. Yes, we always need capital.
Noe Ellis wants to know, besides jewelry, what other areas are you looking to get involved in?
Well, my next goal. I was in California before I went to Armenia. I'm designing, and also I'm designing in Istanbul a complete Bergio website bridal line. I want to go head and head because I know they have the power, but I don't think they're talented on the design side because they buy from everybody else. They don't do anything. They're not vertically like Blue Nile, James Allen, Brilliant Earth. They're all not vertically integrated. They all buy from third, fourth, fifth party, and they just try to make turn. So I want to go head and head with them, and I think I can be very successful because I can give a product cheaper than Blue Nile and all the other platforms. And I think that's my next growth, definitely. Plus the acquisition of that I'm going to be making. Okay, so that's going to be a great. I believe the Bergio website, once it's up and running, hopefully, don't hold me to it, by next year first quarter, we're looking to within a year or two to be close to $50-100 million just on the bridal. Because remember, the bridal is the minimum price is $5,000, $3,000. It's not like $24.99, $44.99. So the price point is higher. So to reach the $50 million, it's easier than doing on the fashion jewelry because it takes many units. That's what it is.
Okay, thank you for that. Alana Gomez asks, so as you engage additional and larger factories, do the existing factories slide to a secondary supplier as a backup factory for slower run rate items?
A great question. A great question. Remember, when I committed to the factory in Armenia, it was a strategic move I did. The shareholders don't know about this, but I'm trying to open the Caucasus. I'm trying to open Russia. Remember, the Russia and Armenia, there's no duty. It's an open country. We can trade with each other without duty. You can carry the stuff there. Yes, opening in Armenia. And if it slows down here, we have other market we're going to be selling. And we're going to sell also wholesale from that factory. It's not going to be only e-commerce. So we are creating our own wholesale operation through our sales force to present in shows in Russia, in the Caucasus, to supply them with the silver there. It's very very well received, the silver in Russia. But remember, you send from here to Russia or China to Russia, it's 33% duty. If you do it from Armenia, it's 0% duty. Plus, the talent of Armenia is huge. So, we're getting a lot of help from the government too. So yes, 100%, we're going to expand into that too.
Isaiah Livingston wants to know, what is management's current ownership percentage?
Right now, I mean, stock-wise, I don't have any stocks right now personally. I mean, management, we have, we control about 75% of the company as far as voting rights and everything else is all disclosed. So we're running it the same way I ran it 13 years ago. There was no changes, even with these new changes there was no changes.
Ali Hogan asks, are you working with smaller dealers or websites for distribution? And if so, what percentage of sales does this account for?
What do you mean? He wants to be a seller of ours? Is that what he's asking? I'm not sure.
Are you working with smaller dealers or websites for distribution?
They can go through Gear Bubble, and that's our platform to sell for small sellers, and we'll assist them. We will ship, we'll do all the logistics, we'll ship the product for them. They can pick the jewelry. We got over 5,000 pieces in our showroom that they can pick from. I mean, so they can be very unique. So yeah, Gearbubble is our platform that he has to go and address. He goes to gearbubble.com and he can apply to be a seller. And then we have a lot of people that can assist him what to do.
So I think his question is, for those sellers, what percentage of sales does this account for?
I'm not understanding. Okay, so I mean, we don't charge any percent. We just should give him the item and he sells it as much as he wants. I mean, but we don't take commission on that. He just buys the stuff from us, and we have our margins in it, and then he'll sell it, and we'll suggest for him how much to sell it for. I mean, Don Wilson is one of the most respected people in the B2B. I mean, he taught a lot of people how, and they made millions of dollars. So he will direct them. He has his own seminars. He has his own. He does a lot of one-on-one, so he's very powerful. So they have to go through that platform.
Turkey Alanazi asks for you to explain a little bit more about, did you mean that you canceled the performance award, or that there was an award before this date and you canceled it and then decided to give yourself another ESOP?
Is it's talking about SOP, stock option plan? Is that what he's saying? ESOP, there's no ESOP. Can he resubmit his question? I don't understand what he's saying.
No problem. We can come back. So Turkey, if you could hash out that question a little bit more for us. All right. So Cece White, she asks, will there be a new team of executives added to manage the new larger corporation?
For sure. Right now, what I'm doing is, remember again, that's a great question. Great question. Right now, I'm the president, vice president, marketing, financing. I mean, I'm working 12, 14 hours days. But yes, we're going to add that. We have good executives already on board. We got 2 CFOs, very powerful on each company, very, very respected CA. I love both of them. They're very solid. They keep these 2 companies leveled. We have that. We got 2 good presidents. We got Jonathan and Don, leaders in that field. But eventually, I'm going to have to create a board of directors. I'm going to create that. But let me get over this hump first. And we're going to create a good board of directors. And then when we go to a different platform like NASDAQ or something, that where everything will be in line of where we want to be. But right now, with what was dealt with the cards, it was everything rushed. Remember, 600,000 to 40 million in a matter of 6 months. I mean, that's a big thing to swallow. So, but we swallowed it. We're doing well. We're getting better at it every day. But definitely, that's definitely on the plan.
Okay. Turkey has another question. Can you discuss any performance-based compensation and any employee stock option programs if they exist?
Okay, yeah. There's a stock option plan in place for all my employees. Okay, I was awarded some shares also, but I have not exercised them. I'm not looking to exercise them at this moment. But yeah, we put a stock option plan in place, billion shares for our employees. Nothing has been awarded, and I don't think anything will be awarded for the next 3 to 6 or 8, 9 months, because again, we are in transition. I cannot award shares when we don't know where the company is yet. So yes, there will be a stock option plan, and it's important for the employees because when they perform, they'll get some rewards, and I want the reward to be Bergio, so they can have skin in the game. So that's 100% right.
Leon asks, will the PDOC's partnership also be funded through operations?
Yes, 100%.
Lainey Huerta asks, what did the closing of the 3 previous acquisitions do to revenue for 2021?
I already said that the 2021, we're looking between, right now, we're looking between, I would love to end up between $18 to $22 million for the year. And that's only partial with the other 2 acquisitions. If we hit $18 to $22 million, it's a great, it's a home run for the year. And then next year, we're looking at 40 million. Okay, and remember now we're gelling more together as companies. We have combined the back offices together, so everybody's working much more together. Plus addition of the factory, everything is coming along good. Yes, I would love to hit between 18 to 22 million for this year.
Great. Wilson Mays wants to know: is there any reverse split consideration on the table?
No, not at this moment. No. Okay, there's no reason. We're only 800 million shares. There's no reason to do split reverse. But I don't know. I have to be honest to my shareholders again. If we are going to go uplist this, we don't know where we're going to go with that. But otherwise, right now at this moment, for the next 2-3 months, there's no consideration, not even thinking about it in our corporation.
Lane Donaldson wants to know if you have any supply side issues like the rest of the companies out there.
No. We are fully ready for the fourth quarter. That's why I just said that in my presentation. SIG, which is Sterling's, they were proud of them being ready for the fourth quarter. We are more ready than SIG. Okay.
Turkey wants to know, Turkey Alanzani, are there any hints about the third quarter? Will it be released usually mid-November?
Yes. We are already in the process of putting the numbers together. Our CFO is putting the numbers together. Hopefully, we'll have it ready before the 15th of November. Okay, because this new CFO we hired them much faster and they're good. So that's what we might do.
Chris Padilla asks, where do you get the biggest bang for the buck when it comes to your advertising model? Which platforms are the most profitable?
It's so hard to tell because Facebook is the base. So when you spend money on Facebook, then other platform gets ignited. Okay, so let's say when we get sales on Amazon, some of them come from Facebook. eBay, some of them come from Facebook because something. Let's say you see something on your Facebook platform. Oh, let me check them on Amazon. So they go on Amazon, buy from Amazon. So it's all together. But we put most of our money in Facebook, then we have also eBay, then we have also Google ads. We do that too. I mean, we are on every platform right now, and I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of the president of Aphrodite's, and on making very spread platform to sell, and also Gear Bubble. But they're known for their thing. I mean, Etsy alone, we started with 0 when I came in. Today we're doing 5,000 to 7,000 a month on Etsy alone. So Etsy, another platform, is working. We're looking to do that 20,000. The more we add platform, the cheaper the acquisition rate will be for a client. So that's very important. And we are the only one out there right now. There's not too many people because a lot of people are not funded. Those people are not funded, so they try to play the game, and then if things fall, they lose 500, 300,000. They cannot sustain it. Okay, so that's why we come in as a solid company, and we can sustain all these headwinds.
Kaylee Schmoyer wants to know, do you think going on a show like HSN or QVC would boost sales? And do you have any plans for that in the future?
Well, I was on I think H2Q, whatever you call it, Shop NBC at that time, It's not profitable. Trust me, it's a lot of work. They only give you 10% of sales. So if and an average good hour is about 75,000 to 100,000. So you only do $10,000 and they make the rest. So it's not worth it. I'd rather me spend the time to do my, to do what we're doing. But I'm really contemplating of opening my own HSN to be live. That will be broadcasting live from Florida and sell direct to consumer. But that again next year plans, and we are looking for larger facilities. And because when I came to this company, they're in three different facilities. We have to combine everything together. So once we combine everything together, we add a couple thousand more square feet, and we can add a studio that we can do that.
Mia Nielsen wants to know what other sales platforms are on the horizon.
I think we got them all. We got the Etsy's, we got the Amazon, we got the Walmart, we got the Google Ads. I mean, we got most of them on. We're on most of them. But then it doesn't matter if you're on, but you got to make them work. Okay, so we are working, like I just told you, like Amazon, we did 55,000, and this month already 22,000. This month, yeah. So Amazon is up and running. I mean, Walmart is slow, not like as Amazon, and eBay. I'm waiting for eBay to see where it's going to take us. Google Ads, we do about 1,000. Google, we do about 1,000 a day. $800 a day. So we have different platforms. We are on every platform. When anything opens up new, we're definitely going to be on it.
Great. Brad Steele wants to know, how has your acquisitions boosted sales on a percentage basis in the past, and how many acquisitions do you plan for in 2022?
Oh my God! I mean, the boost of sales. I mean, you can see my press release is 6,000% per quarter, 5,000%, 3,000%. Because remember, we came from 600,000 to last quarter. We did 4 million. We're gonna do maybe 7, whatever we do this quarter. And then the year end. Acquisition, there's always on the horizon. I'm really looking, maybe this is the first time I'm disclosing this. I grabbed the e-commerce space. I'm looking to grab the brick and mortar space on the wholesale level to sell direct to brick and mortars like Target, like Macy's. Those are specifically sold by specific people. I'm looking at one acquisition that is one part of those companies. There are about 7-8 companies. I'm looking at one company right now. We are in negotiation that I'll buy. They sell strictly to brick and mortar stores. I want to grab that market because that market alone is in millions, $500 to $1 billion. So I want to grab that. So when I grab that, I grab the B2B, B2C, then I have a good grasp on the wholesale, on the fashion jewelry.
Perfect. CC White asks, what is the plan to maintain shareholder value moving forward to get back on track with uplisting desires?
Well, this is my main concern right now is like I'm trying to get, I don't know how to tell you. I need to get more hold of this trading, but I can't control it. It's not, I don't trade. So you got a guy who comes in, buys $100, and he can bring the stock down by like 10%. I mean, it's all so emotional. We don't have many institutional investors, and that's why you have to go on a different platform to get more institutional investors for long term. And that's what we're looking for. I'm looking to dilute? No. I mean, do I think the stock is undervalued? For sure. I mean, come on, it's $5 million market cap compared with what we have in assets and bottom line. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I don't control that. And people, the funny part is that shareholder thinks I benefit. I'm making a lot of money put in my pocket. One is dilution. No, I don't. The dilution money came in, money bought the revenues. And bottom line, today we're a different company. Today we're butting heads with large companies. Today we are a real mid-sized company. Before we were not. We were just $600,000 company. So when the opportunity came in, I had to take it. I had no choice, or I was going to be stale, and all my existing shareholders will be stale. Today my shareholders base, I think, is up to 5,000 shareholders. I mean, we used to have 3,000. So I mean, its decision has to be made, and sometimes it's painful. It's painful to me too. I mean, it's not easy. Because I got a lot of skin in the game. I've been in it for 13 years. So it's not, I'm not one of the CEOs that come in and goes out. My name is on the door. So it's important for me. So a lot of credit comes to this company because of my name. They don't give the credit because of Bergio or Affidaz. They give it because of my name. So it's important for me. Very important.
Well, James Powley says, first of all, he'd like to say he's been following Bergio for about a year and tracking your strategy. He appreciates your transparency, both on Twitter and through your presentations on the Emerging Growth Conference. So cheers to that. His question is, when do you think you'll be filing and releasing Q3 2021 stats?
I just said, I answered that before. They already say on the 18th of October, they're going to start putting the numbers together and do the consolidated statements. So I would love to have it filed by the first week of November, before the November 15th deadline. There's no reason, because all the companies are ready. So, to combine them, it should be easy. So that's what I'm looking for.
David Codd asks, would Bergio be open to merging with a bigger company such as Signet?
If Signets come through the front door, I'll consider it. That would be an addition. And I'll tell you something. I want to tell him something. Signets needs a company like us, because they don't have presence on e-commerce on the fashion end. They only have it on high end, bridal, this and that. But meanwhile, if you go to their stores, they sell 80% fashion jewelry. So Signet is depending a lot. They bought James Allen and the bridal. They don't have an e-commerce strength or a foothold in the e-commerce, in the fashion jewelry. Also, they don't have the integration. Sterling is only, they're not vertically integrated. They tried it once, they got slapped. So I know the company very well. They don't have talent on that end, but they're talented in marketing. They're talented in running a company. Yes, I respect that. But on the jewelry end, they hire a lot of people, but they not them being integrated. That hurts sometimes. But yes, why not? If something happens, I'm open.
Leon S. said, you said at the previous Emerging Growth Conference that Bergio might be profitable by Q3, if not Q4. Do you still feel that way?
Remember, Q3 it's the slowest. It's the slowest quarter. But even though we did 55% more in sales, but remember, we incurred a little more expenses. The expenses of all these acquisitions cost a lot of money. I mean, it's not. I just finished paying all the lawyers and accountant and everybody else, and you have no idea. I mean, just audit on one company was $65,000. I mean, it's a lot of money. But yes, I think I'm pushing very hard. It's not this quarter is going to be challenging a little bit, but I'm pushing very hard, even on my calls with my presidents and everybody else, that we need a profitable fourth quarter. We want to come out of the year profitable. So we're working hard on, I had to change the psychology of these companies from top line driven to bottom line driven, because they were very much top line driven, because that's the way the e-commerce goes. So now they understand where I'm coming from. Now we are all of us on the same page. We are bottom line driven. We want to come out of the fourth quarter positive and positive, that enough positive that will make us positive for the whole year. But remember one thing too, also, they have to remember, most of these numbers are GAAP accounting. GAAP accounting is very, 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 it's hard to understand. So a lot of you take a lot of expenses when it really is not an expense. I mean, they just take it because they have to. That's the way GAAP accounting works. So they have to really understand account to know where we're going with this. But as far as the company goes, we were okay. We're okay right now.
Berge, we have some more questions for you. We'll send directly to you so you can answer on your own. But this last quick question is from Mark Lev. What is your email address?
My email, it's all over the internet. My email address is Berge, BERGE, at BERGIO.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was a thrilling conversation with you, interview, and we look forward to you coming on to one of our future conferences and giving us some great updates. Thank you for your time.
Anna, thank you for having me. You're delightful to be with. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, stay with us as we transition to our next presenter. We'll be right back.